but like start thinking, how can I reteach this to somebody? Because what this all comes down to, the VIP bonus in 4K is duplication, right? So tonight you're going to be hearing from Amanda Garcia, okay, who joined me when I first started in blind faith. She's a full-time investigator for the California Bar and an 80K leader here of a $750,000 sales team. And you're also going to be hearing from Ricky. Ricky Garbus joined me literally 10 weeks ago, and she went 40K in 40 days, all while raising a newborn baby. And then we've got Isabel, and Belle came from literally hardly any experience in this industry, you guys, 100 followers on Instagram. She was a full-time employee for a bank, and now she not only hit 12K in her first 30 days, but she is a full-time thriver. So we have so much that we are excited to share with you. I want to kick it off by just pretty much telling you why 4K and hitting your VIP bonus is single-handedly the most important part of this business. 4K, I can't say it enough, it is the foundation of your business. It is literally the most important rank in this company, in my opinion. If you are not focused on building 4Ks, you're not going to have a foundation. You're not going to have a strong business, right? And so everybody, especially I know on this call, and I'm sure a lot of you guys here who are thinking about joining, or you are maybe new to this, you have big dreams. Like you want to maybe hit, 12K right out the gate, 40K, 80K, maybe become a 200K, right? And that all starts with breaking things down and looking at it in a really simple way. And that's something that on our team we're really good at, and we really knew that for us to be successful, it starts with helping other people hit their first goals, hit their first milestone, come out the gate and hit that first rank in your first 30 days. And so I always like to say this analogy: I could teach somebody to come in and enroll 27 customer packs at 150, and they would bring in about $4,000 in volume themselves, which is so crazy, especially if you're brand new. Or you come in, you hit your VIP bonus, and you help 2 other people hit their VIP bonus as well. And so when you really break things down and you look at it from, whatever your goal is, let's say your goal is 12K. Instead of thinking of it as like, oh my gosh, I have to bring in $12,000 in volume this month. No, think about like, who are the 2 people I can help go 4K, right? And so what's really great about hitting your VIPs is also you're building validation for your business, right? So you're coming in, you're not only getting your business off the ground quickly, you're building residual income to be able to have, some of those customers are reordering next month, you're helping other people get their business launched. You are not only starting off strong, but you're starting off in a way that you're already becoming a leader. I remember when I first started, Amanda joined me like a week later, and I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, I'm so new. How am I supposed to teach somebody else how to do this? And so what we sat down, after a few months of being in our business, and we were like, okay, I don't want to feel that overwhelmed like I felt when I first started, because we really wanted to make systems to where people come in and they know exactly what to focus on, they know exactly how it's broken down, and they know exactly how to do it. And in my opinion, you guys, 4K and getting your VIP is it's so crucial. And it's how you're going to make massive strides here. It's how you're going to move forward so quickly. I can tell you right now, the months that I have the highest volume in my business are the months that I am also helping pop the most 4Ks. And we say pop, but we help as many people as we can rank advance and hit that first rank in the company, because you can't maybe teach somebody out the gate how to go 80K, but you can teach somebody how to find 4 customers and 4 promoters, and you can teach them how to teach that to somebody else. And so as you start doing this and you start focusing down and simplifying things, you guys, this is so duplicatable. It becomes a domino effect, right? So I'm helping Ricky and Belle hit theirs. They're helping Amanda. Amanda's helping her person. And before you know it, you have this massive organization. So with that being said, I am going to turn it over to Amanda. The girls that you're going to be hearing from tonight are not only just freaking awesome and great at what they do, but they're really freaking good at helping people hit their VIPs and hit the first rank in the company. So Amanda's going to tell you all about kind of our systems, our trainings, what that looks like. So again, you guys not only take away what you can start implementing yourself, but start learning, like thinking how you can teach this and pay this forward and make this as simple and duplicatable as possible. So Amanda, it's all you.
Hello. Thank you everyone for the warm welcome. I'm so happy to be here. Like Del said, one of my favorite parts about this business is helping others rank, advance, and level up. We all know that 4K is the foundation for your business, and it's the stepping stone to success within your business and getting to that next level. But in order to get there, you have to have the proper training, resources, support, and just encouragement from day one. So with that being said, as a leader of a growing team, if you had just joined, that is what you're going to aspire to be. It's crucial that you're organized and you have like a thorough onboarding process in place that includes training, which ensures that new promoters know what to focus on in the beginning, because there's a lot of information in the beginning and you need to be hyper-focused on what you need to do to get to that next goal. So I'm going to talk about what our team does specifically, and it's been working really great for us. So when we have a promoter that enrolls with us, the first thing that they'll receive is a welcome email, and it will have links to our groups and chats to join. So specifically, we have a new promoter training. We actually created a social learning structured Facebook group, and it has actual guides and off different topics. So it's all organized. But the big thing with our training is that we don't add, I like to say, like extra fluff or the fun stuff. And by that, I mean like aesthetics, curating your Instagram or your Facebook, branding, because that's stuff that comes later with time once you've established a small customer base and you have your first few promoters on your team. But in the beginning, the training should be very straightforward and to the point as to lock in your VIP and then hit 4K within your first 3 to 4 weeks. So when you create an onboarding or training system, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. If you have a sponsor that has one that's great, use that and make sure that you're passing that down to your people. But if you don't, I would highly encourage that you create something. And when I say that, one thing I can recommend is when you are creating a guided training system or any kind of resources for up and coming prospective promoters or promoters that have come on board, you want to make sure that you're creating something that you would have wanted when you joined, something that works best for you. Your learning style is most likely going to be similar to the people that you attract. So for us specifically, when Del and I started creating this training, ours is visual, graphics, interactive with videos, everything to the point, tangible instruction and feedback. You know, you could say all day long, you know, you need to do this, you need to, but how do you do it? How can I get there? So with our training resources specifically, we like to make it very structured and organized so that people feel comfortable and they can move from step to step. But the main things that I would recommend if you are, you know, curating a new training system or giving information for VIP is first and foremost, they need to know how to navigate their back office. If they can't enroll someone, they're not going to be able to hit their VIP. So knowing their back office, knowing how to enroll a customer or promoter, understanding what the different wheels mean. There's a difference between your VIP and your Maui gyms and your rank advancements, and knowing how to navigate around that. And that's just the very basics. And that's kind of what we start off on our training so that people feel comfortable. They're like, okay, I know how to use the system. I know how to enroll someone. Now what? Beyond that, we just start breaking down the VIP, and we have a video and we also have some graphics on there. But the most important thing is obviously understanding what is VIP. VIP 800 means you're enrolling 2 customers and 2 promoters. VIP 1600, 4 customers and 4 promoters, but we like to teach it in a way where it's simplified. It's like, let's focus on the first stepping stone, and that's VIP 800. Let's not look ahead, and let's lock that in. And then once we do that, all you're doing is you're duplicating those same efforts to hit that VIP 1600. So we want to make sure that all of the instruction is given as far as what VIP is, but then also giving them guidance as to how to get there and what are the things not to do during your VIP. If you have been on board, you are familiar with the things that you need to do to ensure that the VIP is qualified. Obviously, all customers need to be on auto ship orders. All promoters need to be on promoter packs. and absolutely do not convert a customer to a promoter during your VIP period. Otherwise, they will fall off your wheel completely. So we make sure that we have those top tips, and we want them to know, like, these are the things not to do. But now, how do we get the people for our VIP to ensure that we lock that in? When we have a promoter come on board, one of the very first things we tell them to do is to let the world know what's up. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? What is your why? What do you aspire to be? Let them know that you have an opportunity to offer. You have products to provide. Start sharing on your stories of you consuming the product, being social proof that you trust and believe in the integrity and the quality of the product, so that other people will as well. We encourage them to share shout outs of new promoters joining our team and testimonials and reviews of the products. Even if they're within their first week, we provide that to them. We ensure them, we're like, you can share reviews and welcomes of people in our community to show that we're expanding our reach. Our community's growing. Our team is getting bigger. They are a part of your team, whether you're in a different organization within your larger organization, that doesn't matter. So we always tell them, providing social proof that you're taking the products, other people are loving the products, and there are other people coming on board. Outside of sharing and becoming uncomfortable and just like putting yourself out there is sample packs. And this is absolutely critical in the beginning. One of the very first things I tell a promoter when they enroll is, if you got a 400 or 800 pack, you're going to want to get those 10 to 20 digital samples out within your first 48 hours of your business. The reason being is they're going to take a few days to get to them. And then once they try them, a few days to try the 3 days of the 3 steps. And then you're going to want to follow up and ensure that they're liking how they're feeling. And at that point of time, that's usually when they make the decision if they're going to purchase as a customer and or a promoter. So getting out as many samples as possible. And then if you purchased a $200 pack, which doesn't come with the digital samples, we always encourage to either get the 6 samples for the $72 or maybe to give out some local samples from your own pack. I can't emphasize enough how important samples are. People are going to want to try before they buy, especially with a consumable product. Nutritional supplements are everywhere. People are going to see this and they want to know what makes this different. Well, let me show you. And you consume it and it's game over. They're like, I need this in my life. Like, I don't know how I live without it. So, we all know that majority of people are day one thrivers. So once you get that product in people's hands, that's the end of it. They're just like, I want to thrive forever. So samples, outside of samples, a big thing that we encourage, and this is in our training as well, is making what we call a hot list. And that's going to be 25 people. Majority of the time, it's going to be your warm market, friends, family, friends of friends. Whether it's someone that's looking to blindly support you in your journey and this opportunity, or someone that could benefit from the products or this opportunity, or even wants to be a part of a larger, something bigger, a community. And reach out to those people, generally let them know what you're doing, let them know what you have to offer, see if they'd be willing to try. Those are also people that you could be sending those sample packs to. So those are really the top things that we encourage in the beginning. We really try not to have the promoter get extremely overwhelmed in all of the fluff stuff, like I like to say, because in the beginning, it's very straightforward. You're getting comfortable consuming the products daily yourself, sharing your passion for them, sharing your passion for the opportunity. And then at that point, that is when you're going to start getting people that are interested, that are going to want to talk to you about joining you as well. So obviously beyond like the straightforward information and facts, as far as, what is VIP, like how do I get there, who do I talk to, they need support. And this is one of the biggest things. And as a leader, it's your job to ensure that every new promoter feels mentored. They feel guided. They feel taken care of. They should never join and feel dark, like alone in the dark or confused. They should always feel like they have someone to lean on. So this is where our chats come into play. And this is something I really encourage you if you're starting a new team and you need to have a space where people feel comfortable to ask questions, to ask for advice. So the way we structure our chats is we actually have a chat solely dedicated to new promoters going for their VIP or who have yet to reach 4K. And this is not to alienate them. This is more so because they are going to be at the same stage in their business with similar goals, and it's more intimate. So they're going to have similar questions. they're going to be celebrating the same wins. They're going to be going towards that next rank together. So once they do finally hit that rank of 4K, we have them graduate to like a business builders chat. So they're progressing, they're moving forward. And we just feel that if you have people all in the same space that are going towards the same goals, they're going to be asking the same similar questions, and it's going to streamline conversations. It makes sure that you're not having to be repetitive and answering the same question over and over with multiple individual chats. And they feel comfortable. They feel like they can ask what they need, and they're going to be amongst people that are probably needing the same information. With all that being said, our chats, our new promoter training, one thing we just really encourage people, and we want to let them know in the beginning, that it's okay to be uncomfortable in the beginning. That is one thing that, whether you're new to network marketing industry or you've been with other companies, or you've never done anything like this before, starting something new is never easy. And I like to reiterate to everyone new who joins me, like, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone and take that messy action to level up and get to the next stage and to get out of that uncomfortableness. And that is what's going to lead you to success. So, with an onboarding system, a training system, obviously that's crucial for not only to be more efficient with your time, but with theirs. Like I said before, you're not repetitively teaching the same thing over and over again. You can focus on more specific needs and goals of your new people, but also your new people are focusing on things that's actually going to help them hit those milestones and those bonuses and those goals. Finding a filter for your feed is not going to get you to that next level in the beginning. Reaching out and making connections and talking to those people and growing your team is. So with that being said, the next thing that's super important, once you send the samples, you reach out to your warm market, is obviously expanding your reach with your audience and the community that you are speaking to. So that's where authenticity and relatability comes into play. And that's where you're going to initiate those connections that is going to essentially grow your community. So Ricky and Belle are going to go over all things niche, connections, and something we like to call the Clam Method that helps reach new people and talk to new people.
All right. Hello, you guys. I am so excited for this part because I am going to be teaching you to break it down and put it into action, right? All of these amazing tips from Delaney and Amanda. You're probably catching the theme here, but 2 things at the beginning of your business or beginning of ranks, or really anything, is going to be urgency and action. Right? You need those 2 things together. It's great if we have all these tips and everything we know to do, but if we don't put it into play, we're not going to get the result. So at the beginning of your business and in this time, you're kind of at this unique opportunity where the urgency and the action is everything. You have the whole market to yourself. When you're brand new, the world is yours, the market is yours, it's untapped. And that's a really unique time where if you put urgency on it and get yourself out there and just take that leap of faith into these tasks and into what works, you will be surprised what you get back. So the way we like to break it down is small checkpoints. Like, we are creatures of instant gratification. Am I right? We all want to come in, see a result, see a win, so we don't get discouraged. So we break it down into small checkpoints. So we've talked about on this call already 4K, right? That's the building block. If you can get there and you can teach someone to go VIP 800, VIP 1600, that's where the duplication is. But what you want to break down into even smaller checkpoints for someone is that the VIP. Okay. And what is VIP 800? Like we were saying, 2 auto ship customers, 2 promoters on packs, and your volume. Guess what VIP 1600 is? It's just that doubled. So we're stripping it all the way down to VIP 800. And if we can put the small checkpoints on that and take action there, that is the smallest little piece you have to duplicate in this. And that's literally all you need. That's going to equal VIP 1600. That's going to equal 4K. So take your mind all the way down to baby step checkpoints. Not only that, but we need to set a deadline on it, right? And we have that. You have your first 14 days. So if we know that VIP 800 is half of VIP 1600, we can tell ourselves by day 7, I'm going to get my VIP 800. If we put that urgency on it, we're going to do the steps to get there. If we wait till the very end to take action, most of us will procrastinate, right? So like I said, VIP 800, we know we're going to do 7 days. That's going to be our goal. So start with what you have, you guys. Something huge for a newbie is going to be casting the vision from the start. Think very small numbers, right? We just said 2 customers, 2 team members. These are very, very small numbers. Out of the whole world that you have to tap into, 2 are going to want it, okay? And most of the time as a newbie, if you get over your fear of offering and your fear of setting that vision, you would be surprised who comes. So something we like to do is a launch post. Right away, you can get out there and be authentically you and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I have to offer. At the beginning, people are going to be joining you for the journey, not the results. Everyone who's any rank in this company started at 0, and they had to take people on the journey, and they had to get people to believe from the start to get where they were. So doing a launch post, letting the world know what you're doing, and genuinely, you guys not being afraid to ask. Okay, someone will do a launch post and say, this is what I'm doing. I'm excited. This is my why. Like, this is what it's going to do for my family. I absolutely love these products. I'm now on this journey, and I would love to have some of my family and friends be a product reviewer for me, to try these out, to be my first clientele. You would be surprised who will come out just by genuinely saying, hey, like, I am new at this, and I would love for you to be one of my first people and be that support for me and be a product reviewer. Chances are you will get 1 out of that, if nothing else. Okay. So if you can even get 1 there, you also have the tools that Amanda was saying. You have the samples, you have things that you can offer them in that period. So just being unafraid to launch the business, put action into it, not sit in the background and say, I don't know who I can go personally talk to. So many people, you guys, will come out of the woodworks to support when you genuinely put it out there and ask. And when you're sending those samples out and getting that first customer, guess what, you guys? It is like a domino effect, and people will get FOMO, okay? Fear of missing out. If you can show yourself getting 1 customer and you put a graphic up on your story, thank you for your order, you know, showing that they got a pack, showing a graphic with it, and showing those results coming in, sharing the before and afters of people, you know, sharing the other results, it's going to prompt that next person to be interested, even if it's just in samples. You get the samples in their hands, and as we were saying, we all know when they try the samples, they're going to love it, okay? So you show that graphic, you show results coming in, and guess what? As a newbie, that's what you need, right? We need those results starting to show. That's going to make the next person believe. The person who's watching that may be interested in the business is looking at that saying, hey, she's brand new, and look, she got a customer. People do like these products. She wasn't kidding when she said she had a system that worked there and business is coming in. It's building that belief in others as they're watching you, because again, you don't have to be sitting there showing these massive results. You take people on the journey with you and show them you meant what you said as you go along, and they will buy in for that journey. So along the way, you're going to learn the tips and tricks. As Amanda was saying, the aesthetic, you know, everything you see, maybe if you're looking at top leaders here and you're like, I don't know how to get from there to there. It's messy action at first, you guys, truly. So it's all about casting a vision. Second, genuinely offer. If it's a no, it's a no. But most people don't even know it's an option or are too scared to make the first move. So when you are at the beginning of your business, I want to put this belief in yourself right now, you guys, that offering is not being aggressive. And I want you to really, really tune that into yourself right now. Offering is not being aggressive, and it's not being salesy. We are going to have Belle touch on this in just a few, and you will see how we do our genuine connections, but do not be afraid to offer, especially when it comes to being new and offering someone the business. You know, most people, you can wrap your head around maybe getting a couple of customers, okay? But usually where people get stuck is, how am I going to get someone to join me on this opportunity when I'm new? Why are they going to, you know, join with me? And we hold ourselves back from offering because we don't feel like we have everything in ourselves to give. But you're taking them on that journey, and you guys, you would be surprised what would happen if you just use your voice and offer. If you see it in someone, you have that warm market at first. And even if you don't, we're going to teach you those strategies, but do not be afraid, because even a no at the beginning is probably a yes later, as we have all learned in this. So you cannot take it personally. If you get out there and say, hey, I just started this, I'm on this side of it now, and I see the support I have. I see the systems in place, and I'm already having business come in. You've shown the customer you've shown the results, and you say, I just feel like you would be someone great on this journey with me, and you're doing those reach outs. Again, you do not have to have the results. You just have to cast the vision. Most people don't even know this is an option, and there is a genuine way to do it. And success loves speed, you guys. Like I said, most of my newbies that are out there, that how we duplicate this and how they're getting those actions and those results in is they're just being unafraid to do it. You have the systems in place. You should have your mentors there. You know what I mean? You have so many resources you can go to that will give you the answers. We can help catch you on the things that you need to learn, but the only thing no one can do for you is that initial step, that initiation, that taking action, putting the post up, genuinely offering the samples, getting it in people's hands. The rest you will learn on the way. And like I said, Belle's going to break that down for you on how we do our interactions, which we have a way that you do it without being spammy, without being salesy, without cold messaging. And I'm excited for you guys to learn that. So I will pass it over to Belle.
What's up, guys? I'm so excited to talk about this. This system in place that I've learned has truthfully changed the game for me. I literally came in with an Instagram account that I created a few months ago, no followers and no warm market. And so my immediate success is honestly because I was willing to step out of fear, take a leap of faith, and put the systems that are in place on our team to work. And so that's the beauty of this, is if you're willing to just step in out of fear and put the systems that have already been put in place, they will work for you. So I wanted to share this system with you. It is important to note that any newbie can do this, okay? I genuinely believe that genuine connection in this business is how you will find success. People want to see you. They want to see your authentic self. And they can see if you're being real or fake about something. People are they're able to see that in you. And so that's where the system comes into place that I'm so grateful for, is because I can be myself louder and prouder and bolder, and it draws people more into me as opposed to pushing them away. So number one, you have to figure out your niche. Your niche is what you're passionate about and what makes you you. You don't want 7 million things on your bio because you're not going to know what to focus in on. But if you find a couple main things that you can connect with people on genuinely, this will draw people to you, and your target audience is very specific. And so me, for instance, I make my page around bipolar and childhood abuse. Those are really deep things. You don't have to do yours about deep things, but I connect with people in real life on these topics. And so it's so natural. It goes with the flow of things. And I just genuinely make friends every single day on my social media because of this. So find your niche. This will make it easier to make reels. It'll make it easier to, just be you, talk on your stories and engage with people. The second method to this is the Clam Method. This allows you to grow organically, not cold messaging people, spamming people, and no one wants to do that. That is not fun. And you want to be able to connect with people and grow in an organic way. And so this method allows you to do that. The Clam Method stands for commenting on the post, liking or loving the picture, whatever platform you're on, adding them as a friend or following them on Instagram, and then messaging them. The most important part to this is the message, because in today's day and age, social media blows up, and genuinely your comment and like might get lost in their feed of all their notifications. But if you take the time out to send a message to someone, they will be able they will be drawn to your page even more. And they will have a reason to follow you and check out your bio and your niche to see if that's something that you can add value to their life. Because truthfully, they're not going to follow you if you're not giving them value and your genuine self. And so the Clam Method, it's a message very genuine, very short and to the point. I say something like, hey, I saw your post about being diagnosed with bipolar. I was diagnosed 2 years ago. I love connecting with women who I can relate to on this topic. How are you doing since being diagnosed? That genuinely, question at the end is what will make people respond to you. They are more prone to answer you, and that is how you keep your conversation going. And so because of that, guys, what I do, you can find your own organization to it. But I use pen and paper, very old school. That's what I like to do. But I just write down a list of everyone I connect with that follows me back and that continues the conversation with me. So that's the first step, is making that list. And then you'll connect with this person over a few days span. That doesn't mean something super long and drawn out and, 5 paragraphs long, just something short and to the point. You can follow along their stories for a few days. You can comment on a post, just be genuine with them and keep your connection going. After a few days, this is where you will reach back out to them in a genuine manner. We're not spamming them and asking them to join a team or buy product from you and they don't even know what you're talking about. You are just genuinely asking them, hey, it's been so nice connecting with you. I just want to know if you've ever thought about making an extra income from social media on your phone. If not, totally cool, but I do have some information for you if so. This totally cool at the end allows people to take the pressure off, to not feel like they have to ghost you or leave you on red, because they genuinely can tell you what their hesitations are or if this is not for them at the moment. And that's okay. You still built a connection with someone. So what our team has in place is we do have a video that basically breaks down the perks of this business, how we get paid, what we do, no mandatory auto ships every month, no monthly fees, the really cool stuff that people love about this company that we offer. That's what we put in this video. And so when you ask this person if they want information, you are able to then send them this video. And our team used to have an email template that you could also send out with information. And so both these ways are very easy to just be able to send to someone if they're like, yeah, send me some information. And so you send that a few hours later, you just follow up. Hey, just wanting to know if you had any questions from that. And you just ask them, you get the conversation going back up. And this is the genuine way to always have a warm market following you. This system allows you to go from having to cold message people to now having a new warm market every day that is watching you and that you're talking to. So yeah, it's very streamlined. That's what I personally would suggest. So ultimately, find your niche, be passionate about what that niche is, and make human connections with people. Because ultimately, we are in the business of connecting with people and getting to know people, and helping women change their lives. So I'll leave it off with this. This is how you build long-term business. Your family and your friends are not long-term sustainable business. And yes, they can help you in the beginning stages support. However, growing long-term sustainable business, this method will come into play. And this is how you make your job fun, truly. So it doesn't matter if you're new in this business or you have no warm market. Take it from myself. If you are new to Instagram, that is totally okay. If you're willing to just put the systems into place, they will work for you. So this allows you to be who you are, grow organically, and always have a new warm market following your page. So that's all I have to share. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to pass it back to, I think we actually have some time, so we're going to have some questions.
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm so glad that you spoke on that topic, because you guys, Belle, when she joined literally 6 weeks ago, she got on a call with me and she asked me a few questions like, okay, so what do I need to do to hit the VIPs? And I was like, you need to start sharing this opportunity. Go live with it, go on your Instagram, shout it from the freaking rooftops that you're doing this now. We're at a point, you guys, in this day and age, network marketing is exploding. It is no longer this slimy, grimy thing that, we used to hear about all the time growing up, or everybody used to say, oh, well, they just spam you and cold message. We don't do that here. And I think that's something that really sets not only our company apart, but just even our team, we really pride ourselves on making sure we're building genuine connections. I can tell you right now, I had all of us on a Zoom last night and kind of just rehearsing for this, and none of us could get a freaking word in over each other, and we all started laughing, and we were like, it's because not like, this is what happens when you're being yourself. You're going to attract people who are just like you, strong women who are loud, who are very just like have strong personalities. And I wouldn't have it any other way. And the biggest thing, you guys, and what Belle was, getting after is, we're not here to just connect with random people over nothing. Okay. The days of being told to go to someone's Instagram and be like, oh my God, I love your sweater. Where'd you get it? Like, no one wants to do that. Nobody wants to hear that. It's exhausting. I can tell you right now, going out and building new connections every single day for some people, you guys, is not going to be the super attractive and appealing part of this business, but it's so crucial. What I can tell you though is what makes it better and easier to do that every single day and talk to new people is when it's somebody who is in the same sort of market as you, who you guys have something in common with, you share some common interests. Anyone from my team knows I've changed my brand quite often on my social media. And that just goes to show you that your social media appearance and everything like that is not what is going to convert to sales, you guys. It helps, but it is not the magic answer. But back when I used to brand myself around sobriety, you guys, I would make sure that I am going out there and building connections with other people who are also sober. Something that I want to add too as a tip, you guys, it's so important when if I were to go to anybody's Instagram page that is on this call, I should be able to see loud and clear within the first second that you have a business, so you have some sort of opportunity, right? But also I want to know what your page is about. Like what am I going to get out of by watching you? Do I have something in common with you, right? So a method that I always like to teach when it comes to finding your people and finding these people to clam with, you guys, is join groups on Facebook, right? So join, I used to join all the different sobriety pages. I used to brand myself heavily on coming out of an abusive relationship. So I was a part of a lot of those pages. Even, I got a Peloton. I'm not saying I use it all the time, but I did join a bunch of my Peloton groups. These are all ways to find people who have something in common with you. And then the Clam Method, as Belle went over. Reach out, start conversations. This is a social business. We get the luxury of doing it now fully over social media. And it makes it so easy to connect with so many people. And I can tell you right now, just by, looking through the chat, there's a lot of, and I mean this, in the nicest way possible. This is some tough love, but there's a lot of, complaining about, I'm not getting people to say yes, or I'm not able to get anybody to buy a sample pack. I can tell you right now, just by probably not even knowing anything going on, I can tell you right now, you're probably just not talking to enough people. You're not talking to enough new people every single day. There's no magic answer between the people who make it big in this industry and who don't. I can tell you right now, anybody who has made it to the top or has built a very successful business in this industry and with this company, they talk to more people than you. That's it. And that is something that you can control. That's the beauty of it. You can control whether your head hits the pillow each night before you've connected with 15, 20 new people. And like I said earlier, it is exhausting sometimes, right? It might not be the most fun part of the business, but it is the most crucial part. You have to be building relationships. And when you're doing it around something that you're passionate about, it's so much easier, you guys. And so what I was going off on about the sobriety thing too, I want to make it clear when you're developing your niche around on your page, right? So let's take Instagram, for example. I'm going to make it very clear in my bio that I'm sober. If that is my niche. Okay. So, I used to have the word sober in there, maybe my sobriety, whatever. So then if I'm going out and I'm using hashtags, I'm going through sobriety hashtags, I'm going to other people in the same market, so other sober pages on Instagram who are freaking crushing it, right? So if there's somebody on Instagram, a couple profiles that are in your niche, if your niche is body positive, if you're a young mom, whatever your niche is, find a couple people who are absolutely crushing it in that field and start engaging with the people that are commenting and liking on their posts about it. What I would do is I would go to a sober page, and I would find people who are also sober commenting and liking all over these sobriety posts. And I'm like, hello, these are the exact same people that I want to be talking to. So I would go and I would connect with them. I would do the Clam Method, right? And when they see, oh, who's this girl Delaney who followed me, and they come to my page, within 2 seconds they can see the word sober in my bio. Boom, we've made a connection without even talking yet. Now they're going to follow, and now they're going to sit back. And you guys, you have to remember, in this business, instant gratification, like Ricky said, it just does not exist. Okay, I'm here to tell you, it sucks. I wish I could send 10 messages right now and I'd have 10 people signing up on an 800 pack, but it is not the reality of it, you guys. You have to just know that what you're putting in now, and what you're putting in, you could literally do everything as much as you possibly could to move your business forward for a week straight and not even get someone to sign up. But you have to have the mental strength to know, and the blind faith to know that it's coming. It's just a matter of when. But what I can tell you, what won't work is quitting. And, sitting there and just dwelling on the no's. You guys, if I would have stopped after how many no's I got, oh my gosh. I mean, think about it. Think about how many people quit right before they're about to just bust out and go crazy with this. And I'm just saying, if you're somebody who is, maybe utilizing calls and trainings to just maybe put it out there about how, you're not having success, you really need to work on your mindset. We've all been there, you guys. We're all human. I have had mental breakdowns before about my business, and I've been so frustrated at times. I've had scarcity mindset. I've had thoughts, where, oh my gosh, what if I never enroll somebody again the rest of this month? What if literally every single person that ever would enroll with me has already enrolled? Now what, right? Well, the answer to that is, okay, you need to go grow new connections. And so that is the biggest thing, you guys, I can tell you, is you need to be talking to more and more people. And I think Amanda sent me some questions as far as objections. So I did see somebody asked about, if people are giving you a lot of money objections, my number one piece of advice is you need to sharpen your skill set on how to explain the value of the products and how to explain the value behind this business. And that comes with time, you guys. If you're new, you're not going to be an expert. And that's why for us, we do have videos that we've created from leaders on the team talking about this business opportunity, breaking down, the products, because as a newbie, you're coming in, and it is hard sometimes to talk about the opportunity before you've experienced it yourself. So reach out, ask for help, you guys, and be resourceful. I know I saw a few people say they had no, onboarding help, or they wish they would have, known about this in the beginning. There's so much, Amanda and I always say, there's so much that we would have done different in the beginning, or we wish we knew in the beginning, and things you find out later in the business. It is part of it. This is how you grow, but don't let that be an excuse. Start implementing these things today. Start implementing them right away. Otherwise, you're just sitting there and you're in analysis paralysis. You have to take messy action, and try things, you guys. You won't know what is going to work without trying, and you're going to fail a lot. I am so glad that I failed when I used to over edit my photos. I'm so glad I failed when I thought it was nice to make bright blue, orange, like discoloration on my pictures and post them, or, I'm so glad that I tried those things. Yeah. Was it probably not appealing or attractive? Yes, but you get through it. This is how you grow through it and how you learn and you figure out what does work. But most people are not willing to do that. A lot of people want to have the answers all figured out. And I'm saying this because I used to be this person. I needed to have everything lined up. I needed to know everything before I could even start doing something. And this industry, that just does not work here. So it's a lot of self-discipline and retraining yourself, rebranding, the way that you're used to doing things. And mindset is huge, you guys. Read a book, get on a podcast, listen. I get into the mindsets too. I tell my team this, when I notice I start to get resentful of the business, or I'm annoyed about, I wish I didn't have this team call tonight, right? Like it starts to become a little bit of a nuisance. That's when I know, okay, Delaney, you need to check yourself. All right. You need to start listening to some personal development. And once I do, and I get my mind right, you guys, oh my gosh, it's like the floodgates open. You start attracting so much more positivity. So my biggest piece of advice too, for anybody that is struggling with objections or hearing a lot of no's, is just keep talking to more people. If you're hung up on the no's, you're never going to make it. You have to keep pushing past them and know that every no is a planted seed. Okay. They might have said no, but they're still watching. Those people could 6 months. I've had people reach out after a year of watching me and say, okay, I'm finally ready. Okay. So you just never know. And something I'll leave you with is you never know when it takes one person that can change your whole business around you guys. You find one person that could be your first 200K. That could be your first 40K. Do you know how massively one person can impact your business? So stop giving up when you feel like, you're not getting the traction that you want. Try something different. Be resourceful. Google and YouTube are your best friends. Okay. So I know when I was at the Dallas training, somebody was on stage talking about how she was at the grocery store in the checkout line and connected with somebody, and that person ended up being her first 200K, and she wasn't even going to go to the grocery store that day. And it's like, you just never know, you guys. So yeah, I think I'll turn it back over to Amanda. I think she's got some good stuff for you guys, but I hope that was helpful. And anybody on this call, you absolutely can hit your VIPs. You can hit 4K. And if you haven't, and you're past that point, you can absolutely still build a massive business just because you didn't hit your VIPs or anything like that. Start today and start teaching your girls how to do it. That's all I got.
All right. Thank you, Delaney. Wow. That was incredible. So many takeaways. I hope you all have something that you can hold on to and start basically right after this call. It was incredible. Thank you, ladies, so much for being on here tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and announce our $400 Thrive Credit winners. We have 4 of them. Before I announce the winners, if you are a winner, please email calls@lavelle.com from your email associated with your promoter account with your name and promoter ID within the next hour. And then we'll get those credits right over to you. So here we go. All right, first one is Joelle Ellenbeck from Pennsylvania. Then we have Jennifer Martin from Tennessee. Bryn Shamp from North Carolina, and Kayla Morris from Texas. So if any of you 4 have been called, again, please email calls, CALLS, @lavelle.com from your email with your promoter ID and name within the next hour. And everyone on this call, Thrivers, thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful night and have a great rest of your week. Bye.